Welcome to Behind the Badge. I'm your host, Chief David Molloy, Director of Public Safety, and it's my honor to introduce for the first time to Novi residents, Chief Chris Sovik, the brand new Chief of Police in the city of South Lyon. Chief, welcome to Behind the Badge.
Thank you, Director Molloy. I appreciate you having me today.
And I just want to say, it's awesome to not only work with you, but it's really, I'm very proud to see you and your appointment recently as the police chief for South Lyon. What are some of the things that you're looking at on the radar coming up?
As far as there's an old saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We've been really involved with our community. We have some great community support from our people. So we just want to, I would like to just maybe infuse a little bit more of our officers in the community, see a little bit more, community-oriented policing. For example, we just kind of put out a directive just recently, like that we would like our officers just to stop in and talk with the business owners, introduce themselves. Here's our business card. This is my sector. If you guys ever need anything from me, please just, don't hesitate to give me a call. But just a little bit more of them getting to know us and us getting to know them on a more personal level.
That's a great idea. And I was a bit remiss, Chief. Tell us a little bit about your background, your education, and some of the positions you've held as you really, truly worked your way through the ranks.
Yeah, actually, I attended the Oakland Police Academy in 1991, graduated in June. I was hired by South Lyon in November of 91. Became a field training officer for the first 4 or 5 years. I was promoted to sergeant in February of 1997. In April of 2013, I was promoted to lieutenant. Back in 2012, I actually attended the 248th session of the FBI National Academy. And then before that, I actually attained my master's from Columbia Southern University in Criminal Justice Administration, 2011. So
excellent.
Yes.
Very well-rounded, and all at South Lyon. So you are very involved in the community. You know the community. That community policing, I think, comes second nature for you.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing is, I've been there for so long. I've known the officers. I know what kind of department we have. I know their strengths and some of their weaknesses. So it's very good. It gives me an opportunity just to kind of tweak things a little bit, just to kind of maximize our potential and what we have with our officers and in the community. So it's been a pretty good fit over all these years.
Excellent, excellent. I know one of the big things is we're often second guessed in the national news media and sometimes even in the local news media. And I knew you have been a big fan of enhancing public trust. And those visits that you talk about with the business leaders and things like that do just that. But what else do you think we can do to enhance public trust? And really, a vast majority, 99.9% of all of our officers, they do things right every single day. But we can always, we have a program starting up pretty soon that's going to enhance public trust, and that's our Citizens Police Academy.
Yes. Yeah, we've been involved in that. I think, I don't know what, maybe this is the 40th session. We've been involved in that. We've had instructors in there since 1999. So we always push for that. A lot of times it's a little bit older generation that do attend, but we push that, and we're going to continue to be a partner for that for many, many more years.
Any other ideas that you have that you'd like to advance in not only your organization, but maybe in the region?
We're just going to, one thing that we use is social media. We put out a lot of events to the social media to everybody. We like to keep people informed of other events that are occurring in the city. I'd like to actually start our meeting with Homeowners Association. We like to have some meetings with some of the shut-ins in our local, our elderly home, people that can't get out. We like to stop and visit them, but just be more visible and during community events and just being a part of the community even more.
I think it comes back to that old adage, the golden rule. You treat people like you'd want to be treated, and I think when our officers and your officers and they enjoy working together, we train together, we do a lot of things together, I think that when they keep that in mind, and whether it's a motorist assist or a traffic stop or an accident or maybe a call for service, that might be that officer's third larceny report that they're taking that day, but that might be the only time that individual is calling the South Lyon Police Department or the Novi Police Department. Sure. So we want to leave them with that positive, indelible impression, and I know you look at that all the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times, with certain situations, you want to leave the best impression, like you had said. Sometimes, whether it's a traffic stop or a larceny or something else, they're never going to get you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So it's so important to us. We stress that, and we kind of push that all the time from our sergeants to our command staff that this may be the only opportunity you get. And come election time, and some other times, that's very important. We need the community support to maintain what we currently have.
Yeah. Any hiring coming up in the city of South Lyon in the near future?
Yeah. Funny you should say that. We just actually, after 15 years, we hired our first guy last October. We had one of our officers retire, and then the Chief Collins just retired. So we just offered we have a conditional offer of employment to another individual that we like real much. So pending his background investigation, the second guy we hired in 15 years, so we're looking forward to some change.
Excellent. In the city, is there still some development going on, some growth going on? I know you got some redevelopment in terms of businesses and stuff like that that's happened.
Yeah, there's always some businesses coming in and go, but we have two major. I want to say a condo complex and some homes that are coming in. But right now, South Lyon, this is the city limits, 3.7 miles. We're kind of jammed at the seams. So I mean, if we want to get some other area, we just have to annex it in from the township. But right now, we're just kind of we're pretty heavy on.
Well, I know a lot of people, in fact, even with some of my sons and some of their sporting events and athletic boosters and stuff like that, there's a lot of people that are proud to call themselves South Lyon residents. Your downtown's got a cute little vibe to it, and I know a lot of people love coming out there. The hotel's rebuilt. You got some good little eateries and restaurants and coffee shops, and that makes for a good sense of community. And now with you at the helm and Chief Collins, and you got a tough job. Chief Collins did a really good
Sure.
job. But I have every confidence that you're going to continue to take the organization, move it in a positive direction, and we look forward to working with you in that respect as well.
Well, I appreciate that, Director Molloy. Thank you so much. Listen, we've been preparing for this change, for the past three or 4 years. He's delegated some more of the responsibilities that the chief has been doing over the last number of years. So this is just kind of some people call it an obstacle, changing names and faces, but it's it's going to be a seamless transition.
Yeah, and quite frankly, change is good. Change for the sake of moving an organization forward, change is good. And Chief Collins did a great job, and I have every confidence that Chief Sovik is going to do an even better job. And look forward to working with you. And it goes without saying, if there's ever anything we can do, and I know it's always reciprocal from your end too,
absolutely.
Working together cooperatively, our men and women, our dispatchers, I'm very proud of that. So thank you for appearing here today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Director Molloy. I appreciate it.
And to you, the viewing audience, thank you for tuning in to Behind the Badge. And until next time, continue to watch Novi Television.